gentlemen, we are coming up now with our Street Fighter 6 tournament here. We have Sheathern versus Matcha Bunny on the losers side. I believe this is losers semifinals here going to be happening. And we're going to be seeing Matcha Bunny playing Kimberly and or Mai Shiranui. We'll see how that goes. And Sheathern knocked me out of the tournament playing the JP. Looks like we're having a little bit of controller trouble here in just a moment. Yeah, you did particularly see Leo Whitebank versus Mai Shiranui on the graphic screen. I can tell you for a fact that there is not a crossover with Guilty Gear coming in the future. We are not spoiling the future, or are we? Who knows? We may in fact be spoiling the future.
Shall we begin then?
Alrighty, as players get set up here for our first match of Street Fighter 6 today. Looks like we're going to be seeing the Kimberly come out for Matcha Bunny here, which does make sense. Been rocking the Kimberly since the launch of the game. So at this point, picked up some other characters here and there. Mai Shiranui, of course, one of the characters that's been picked up. But we are also going to be seeing the JP here. And of course, Sheathern, while we were sitting down, is saying, okay, I'm paranoid. One time I didn't check my buttons and I had the wrong buttons for the first match, and now I'm paranoid about it. And ladies and gentlemen, that's what you got to be. You got to make sure those buttons are correct. Always be willing to ask for a button check if your game doesn't have it. All right, looks like we are going to be getting into it here. This is, oh, that is not correct on player one side.
An honor, to be sure.
Okay, all things considered, let's do that. I believe that is correct here. Okay. It seems to be that the buttons that I'm supposed to be pressing that are supposed to help with the Stream Deck setup stuff are not currently working. So I'll let you know that Matcha Bunny is actually on the left and Sheathern is on the right, and it is not 7-0 currently for these two players. Now, that being said, we're starting off here. Sheathern getting run down a little bit, but JP always got the ability to put you full screen. Nice job dodging the teleport there on the side of Sheathern. Nice command grab, gonna get that damage. Burnout right now for Matcha Bunny. That means you're gonna be in so much danger, but good job to just dash straight in. The counter comes on out, getting the pressure, but now you put yourself in burnout, and Matcha Bunny going to be gone from that in just, sorry, gonna be out of burnout in just a moment. Has the meter to be able to get in, but now you've got the JP problem, and there is the zoning coming out. Getting that first round is Sheathern. We try it once again here to get the stop. Looks like we're having a little bit of technical difficulties here. Once again, I'll keep you track of the games as we are going to do it. Oh, drive impact and get properly blocked here. Nice, there we go. There's the opening up you're looking for, going for the open situation. Nice neutral jump, avoiding that. Avoiding the counter coming out from JP. There is the pressure. Oh, doesn't get the follow-up on the can throw, and the neutral jump's gonna come out and lock in here. There we go. Looks like we've got things working now. Let's see. Nice, good combo. You got one more OP situation. Goes for a neutral jump, blocks up and throws. The fear is there. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be the second round over to Matcha Bunny here in game number 1. And we are going into the final round here. Let's see which one of these two can come out on top. Matcha Bunny, she is having a good amount of patience, but is getting stuffed by a few of these approaches here. Sheathern not unwilling to throw out a stray limb from JP here. But of course, that counter getting stuffed right there. And this is going to be the setup situation. Goes up drive impact, gets the wall crunch. I have seen that impact so many a time. Nice job avoiding the drive impact from Seaside there by Matcha Bunny. And it's getting so much pressure, just absolutely not locking her down. And there's the drive impact. That is going to be game number 1 over to Matcha Bunny here in loser semifinals. A little bit rough there at the start, but got the wind behind her, and has now got the first round advantage. Here we go into game number 2. Nicely done with those jabs out on the teleport. Nice avoidance of the drive impact, but puts herself in the corner. Nice anti-air there, and we are going to be looking at a rough situation. Nice job with the punish counter there, just not caring at all about the projectile. Good pressure. JP in burnout. That's not a great position for JP with somebody right on top of you. You can just get absolutely ran through. Nice job grabbing the drive impact, though. Puts Matcha Bunny in the corner. Oh, but that drive impact is there. No drive gauge to counter that. Enough damage here to easily go for a level 1, but chooses to go for one more reset. Gets the overhead, dashes up and grabs. Seaside just full of fear in that situation and eats the damage that you are expecting to have from Matcha Bunny. Nice teleport, though. Gets out of the level 2 from JP. Just absolutely stuffs it. Got the wall bounce there in the corner. Ooh, good counter drive impact. This should lead to some good damage. 3 meter on deck for Kimberly here. A lot of drive gates to work with. Drops the combo, though, unfortunately, and that is going to allow Seaside to get the full screen. This is where JP likes to be. We're looking at a very solid game here. Nice job with the counter, but oh, I was going to say, the can is there. That's going to, at the very least, the situation there is going to force some level of neutrality. Nice job again, though, with the counter drive impact. And that should seal the deal on the round here. It's going to get one more combo. Not quite enough, but one straight hit. There it is. That's going to be all it's going to take. Matcha Bunny up 2-0. All right. Here we go now into game number 3. Seaside's life on the line here as she goes up against Matcha Bunny, who is having a great game here as she gets a good grab there and forces the pressure. Trying to go for those those shimmies, but Seaside standing her ground, not falling for him.
Seaside trying to push Matcha in that left side corner, trying to keep her away from it. And Matcha's team, great use of domination in this left side corner. Big rush down. Kimberly known for DI catches it in midair. Gonna get a small combo for this.
A little bit late on the timing, not going to quite get the great teleport.
But again, back in that left side corner, there's a lot you have to work with here. Kimberly known for this. If you get in this corner and now you're getting checked, tries to go for the parry, doesn't land it and gets grabbed for it.
Yeah, Seaside is very willing to throw those parries, and I believe Matcha Bunny has caught on at this point and is trying to bait those out as best she can. Some of them will still get triggered every now and then, but there you see it again. And you've been very willing to go for it, and Matcha Bunny more than willing to play a little bit patient and get that full conversion.
Offside level 3, now she's in a bad position. Not a lot of drive game to work with in that right side corner, although does have level 3 at the ready to go, and a good parry on the mark. Pushes back into that midfield, trying to get away from it. Matcha Bunny, good teleport, gets counter hit out of it, back in the midfield.
Full screen command grab, a very risky move to go for on JP, but it did work out in this case. And now Seaside got the light lead, goes to the teleport, but gets grabbed out of it. Great reaction there from Matcha Bunny. Tries the shimmy again, but gets stuffed on the teleport. Seaside looking alive here after a rough couple of rounds. One more hit, and by air. Excellent adaptation from Seaside there to take the round.
Seaside down, but not out, trying to fight away from the corner, trying to push you away, trying to go for those mid-range grabs, trying to get away from this corner right and go back where JP wants you, which is away from him.
Nice shimmy there is going to get the catch. Not going to get the follow-up. Great punish there to push Matcha Bunny full screen. This is where you're comfortable with, but Seaside sometimes looking a little lost, gets hit by the overhead. Constantly in a crouching state, waiting for a jump. JP's love to catch jumps with that crouching heavy punch. And that 11-2 is going to come out. We'll see what we get here. Just using the parry, smartly done to go for the grab in between. Get that punish counter down.
A counter hit, grab it, putting Seaside in that left side corner. Blocked up the parry, calls it out, says, nope, I'm going to play patient, even though I just got in a really good position. Could be down and out.
Yeah, there it is. Level 2 damage is enough to secure it. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be 3-0 for Matcha Bunny, who will move on to losers finals a good showing from Seaside, shown signs of life there at the end, as Matcha Buddy made a bunch of adaptations, but just couldn't close it out at the very end. Alrighty. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be our losers semifinals here, all done and dusted. We can transition, see the players here having a good chat. Either a very enthusiastic player.
Very enthusiastic, having a blast in that loser semi. You can see, even though she's making these comedy, seeing her fighting back, she just a big smile on her face, ready to go.
Yeah, she's more than willing to get absolutely blown up and glaze you right there in the moment. That is
the best player to be like, "You're great," and you're like, "I kind of feel bad," but like, and I'm like, "Thank you,
thank you." That's so very nice of you.
Nice of you.
You should have a little bit more edge on you. Just a little bit. Not saying don't be nice,
tiny,
but have a little bit more edge. Yeah, it's a very unexpected attitude, is what I will say on that front. It's a very unexpected attitude, but a very welcome one, I will say, for the fighting game community. Great showing here from Seaside, getting top 4 in this tournament here for Street Fighter 6. So Matcha Bunny, who now moves on to losers finals, will be playing the winner,
EPN versus Donut Lord.
Yeah, Donut Lord versus Estrogen Patch Notes, EPN. So of course we have our resident TO, Donut Lord, performing well in Street Fighter as usual,
rocking Jury, Mai, a little bit of Zangief. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw all 3 of those characters back to back to back.
Yeah, especially when you're going up against a player of EPN's caliber. You
got to find the strategy, and you better find it quick.
And sometimes it's a different day. Sometimes it's a different day, different strategy. That's all you need.
Sometimes, all right, well, the Geek grabs aren't working out. I'm gonna go with the Jury Rushdown. Sometimes to work. For all the my fans,
I'll throw those fans at you all day.
I will sit here all day. I'm running this event. You think I have more than enough time to sit here?
I will be here by the time you go to bed. I have all the patience.
I'm working overtime, buddy. I've got the mental lock in. All right, he's in a game for the next bracket for Guilty Gear, and then we'll get started on that industry.
Yes, sir. Well, in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to take a quick break here, and we will be right back with our winners finals match. Don't go anywhere. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we get back into it, just want to thank today's sponsor for the tournament, Sliced Family Eatery, just across the way of the Bellis Fair Mall here in Bellingham. Savor the best Italian food and handcrafted pizza in town. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to be seeing the winners of every tournament today get a free pizza from the restaurant in question. So there's a QR code. You can order online or by phone, pick up their pizzas between sets. And let me tell you, got a good taste.
I love it.
If you're in the Bellingham area, definitely give a recommendation to that. Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be now setting up for a winners finals match here. Estrogen Patch Notes versus our resident TO, Donut Lord.
That's our director, baby, right there. Look at him, smiling, ready to go. The question is, what character are you gonna pick? I pick my first. You're gonna pick my first.
I'm going with the Jury. I think Donut Lord tends to start with the Jury against the Aki matchup and then adapts from there. But we will see. The Aki matchup is a weird one.
Oh, he's like, no. I was incorrect. Oh well. I'm really going with the PJ Aki. All around EPN, I think one of the best Aki players that I've seen in Washington State.
Yes,
absolutely. The ability to swap in between Aki's rushdown ability and then pushing you away with poison messes with your brain on a fundamental level because you're having to swap between 6th gear and 1st gear back and forth constant. And that's what we're going to see Donut Lord having to work on is, okay, you're the rushdown character. If you're not in rushdown territory, what are you going to do? Stay patient? You're going to rush up? What are you going to see? That's what we're going to see in the first round of the final. Great medium punch counter hit by EPM, pushing Donut Lord on that left side field.
Yeah, and one of the things that EPN excels at as well with this character is using these strings of normals that are very hard to sneak and attack in. You will very often think, okay, it's time to react, but it's already a frame too late, and then you get stopped. But also completely willing to throw out those drive in situations where she feels comfortable doing so. Yeah, very strong. Ooh, good dive counter and a dive kick.
Ooh, reverses back in that right side field, but get counter hit with a low medium punch. The token, gonna find level 1 for it.
Yeah, very low drive gauge there. Did not want to potentially put into burnout and not get the kill, but great punish there. That's good damage. Is in burnout. Can only follow up here with, I was going to say, can only follow up here with the super if you go for that, but I think it's just a better option. You have to play a bit more patient. Yeah, right now in burnout, but could absolutely afford nice stuff in the drive for it. I was going to say, both players in burnout can absolutely afford to just play it patient, not potentially get risked by that projectile, and seals around because of it.
Ooh, both of them going at it with each other. Great counter hit, pushing back in the mid field. EPN trying to put it. Oh, EXDP by Donut pushing that right side corner. EPN again playing that play. You see her just walk away, just being A-OK, being rushed down. A-OK with being put in that right side corner. Now critical in the field. Counter hit, grabbing the right side corner. Now swapping the momentum.
Good hit on the overhead, and now you got all that pressure. Level 3 on deck. We're definitely going to see it here. That is critical art variant 2, so that extra damage is coming out. You are in a potential one-tap situation with poison on deck
and burnout.
Yeah, not a great situation.
Level 1 gets a good counter hit. Now you're in one-shot situation. Level 1 right there, going to load, but no token on the field. Pulls out, jump in, and get the counter hit of his own.
Yeah, very, very smartly done there. That is a move from Aki that EPN loves to use in a lot of situations. The air-to-air in that situation, 100% the correct call. But very nicely done.
Good check with the jab and the grab, pushing down lower in the left side corner, closing down the field. Dive kick, trying to do that management.
Pressure is on right now. Drive impact going to get blocked, but still in the corner situation. Air-to-air is in the favor of Donut Lord. Gets the low drive gauge here. No drive gauge here, rather, but is going to get that level 2.
Bend it.
Yeah, you can get a lot of very good damage follow here. Drops the combo. That's going to be a punish counter, and that's going to give EPN the opportunity to get pressure in here because Aki has a very, very easy infinite string on block while the opponent is in burnout.
Donut playing very patient, trying to find the jab or the grab breaks to get out of this area. Not gonna get the full combo.
Yeah, a little bit too far there for the poison string to proc there. So not able to get it. Great job.
Yeah, medium.
Yeah,
those games on EPN.
Donut Lord loving to go for those extra, knowing that you're plus in the situation that you're in there out of the drive rush. Donut Lord loves to go for those extra hits, and the drive impact going to be more than enough there.
There's the Mai. Knows how the rush down might not work in his favor. Going to go for maybe some fan play, trying to push EPN a little bit away from him. Trying to see if he can play in that midfield again, which is what Mai's known for those charge fans. All right, and immediate EX fan gets hit with a drive reversal. Try to go jab and the grab. That's a good adaptation by Donut Lord. Note that you can try to go for jab and the grab, not just flatly grabbing in that midfield play. EPN A-OK with throwing some DIs out here, trying to see if you can catch a fan maybe.
Yeah, neutral DIs like this can be punished if you're ready for them. But EPN oftentimes will throw them in much different situations or at the end of a string like that when you're waiting for something else. Yeah, in that situation, you know, what was EPN doing in the last round? Was going for that infinite block string and then going for grabs. That time goes for drive impact. No readiness on the side of Donut Lord there. Gets the wall back. The stun, rather.
Good EXDP trying to push away. Get punish countered. The recovery frames on the dash. And get signed for it. Level 1 gets countered. Pushes the poison off him. Now EPN getting caught by these fans in burnout. Just playing very far back. Stacking with Slither. Slither's a great check tool. As you just see, great check tool. You can see it. If you do in the Slither, then you cancel it. If you are not ready for that Slither play, trying to see where they're going to go with it, so respect it. And if you respect it, there's a lot of gauge they can get back with that. There's a lot of resource. Perfect carry. Don't let it go for the throw. Pushing EP in that left side corner.
Yeah. So now that first round over, and you've already got a game up. There's a adding amount of pressure on the side of the loser in this situation where you don't want to have to do that reverse 3-0 if you don't have to. And they can add to the mental stack they're already feeling in matches like this where you are getting a player just running through you, catching you with small things and then converting it into full combos. And as you saw in the ending of that last round, just so strong.
Yeah, there's a lot of mental stack. Even though a lot of people are like, oh, it's just 3 more games. Yeah, 3 more games can go a long time. They're 90-second feeds, and there's a lot of mental stack with that. For the full stream, doesn't get a DI out of it, gets punish countered out of the parry. Level 1 catches the air-to-air. Great use of the level 1, and Donalord has another level 1 armor to work with.
Yeah, now in the burnout on both sides here. Donalord is going to get it back, but in the meantime, oh, that level 1. Oh, it does actually
catches a jump.
Yeah.
Now we have EX fans going for that chip damage. What are you going to do in this situation?
Yeah, it's rough. You got no meter on the side of Aki. Can you even do something about it? The Slither is answering the fans for now, but is it going to lead to anything? Avoids.
DI with a check jab at the front of the line. It just says, you know what? You ain't got DI and you got a level 1. Eat this. Just great use of the counter. Ethan tried to go for her own jab, but gets his it out and out.
Yeah.
With the air-to-air. EXDP in the midfield.
Drive impact that actually burns Donut Lord out, so now he has to deal again with this infinite string here, and all it takes is you dropping your guard for 1 second, and that could lead to a full combo.
Level 1, great use of the DI.
Yeah, ready this time though. Got hit by it once, was ready this time for the level 1 counter. No meter on deck here, but that burnout is going to be gone at this point, and now you're again looking at EPN in burnout herself. Nicely done. And that is going to be a good combo. The bubble's going to force it, but just does a parry on the get up into EX. Very nicely done.
Pushing it 1-to-1. Donalord now having to sit with this my gameplay. EPN could swap out. We get in the mind read. We get in what do we want? We're just going to stick with Yaki.
Yeah, sometimes that thought is not necessarily, am I swapping characters? It's okay, I need it. I have a second, take a breath.
What do I got? What am I going to do now?
Yeah, what do I do to adapt? And that's and you can take that. You can take that. There's etiquette that says there's no etiquette that says you have to get right back into it every single time. You can take a second. You can need a breather, and yeah, take that time.
Eat the DI, but doesn't go for any moves. Just going to eat it back in the midfield. Put her in burnout EPN. Now midfield again. And we just saw Slither into the low.
So now you're in a rough situation. Your EPN, you're in the corner with burnout. There's a meter now on deck, and drive impact is a potential, but that doesn't matter when you just get blown up in the first place. The round is going over to Donut Lord, and it is 1-1, by the way, updating that scoreboard. So that can mean that Donut Lord would go up 2-1 here in this set.
Oh, that 1EX fan. Reverse is not going to land. Now Donut Lord in that burnout.
Yeah.
Burnout against Aki, like very dangerous. That filter can go so many different directions, or she can just patiently walk up, check fan, check any fireball you have. Gets out, not going to get stunned for it, but it's still going to eat a good amount of damage. Drive rush into the grab, swap inside.
Yeah, very slightly putting Enter in the corner, but drop the combo. That is going to be so rough because now you have
tried to back move out of it. You know what? I saw the vision. Yeah. I saw the vision.
You're in burnout. You have no health left, and there's a projectile coming at you. What do? Sometimes the answer is die.
Sometimes fuck it. This one. DI's raw in that right side corner. Gonna send a level 3 early in this round. Oh, not going to get full damage, but
yeah, only does not get full dramatic because of the timing of it. That's a little bit rough as it does lose out on some damage, as you said. But even still, getting the pressure forward, the throw, getting the punish count, and then burning herself out. EPN eats the fan, and that is going to be game 2-1. Number 3 over to Donut Lord. Up to be match point instead.
And if either players lose, they're not out of the tournament. They're just down out of their first try, and they're going to have to go for a reset in the grand final.
Yeah, both players have been in that grand final position before. Let's see which one of them can get back to it. Right now, though, Donut Lord just with so much pressure. Good slither to get out of the corner. But with this life lead, what do?
DI, they're going to get counter hit for it. EPN in a good position. A lot more meter to play with, even though a low amount of health. Level 1 on the field. Slither goes through the projectile, pushing Donut Lord in that left side corner.
Yeah, smartly using the projectile, but gets thrown in the pressure situation. And that was rough for EPN because the burnout was on the side of Donut Lord. Could have gone for those strings and just choked him out, but it's one rough situation.
Punish counter on the air-to-air, getting poisoned immediately on this field. Great use of the meter management. You can see EPN waiting for that jab string to go through fully until she spins the drive rush, which then gave her 3.5 bars a meter in that little bit of game before going to burnout where she is now. 2 push EPN in that right side corner. Counter hit. Not going to land for what he wanted.
Went for an empty jump, got stuffed by the jabs. It's still a rough situation for EPN. Drive gauge is recovering, but you still have so much time until you're out of burnout. Does manage to get the opening here, but now you're in that rough situation where one wrong move.
Gerard is on the field for EPN. EPN's gonna check with a punish. Wingspin level 3 here. Wingspin it. Gonna keep it for that next round.
Yeah, good awareness of the life bar. Could save the meter for the round. Don't have to spend it if you don't need to. Very nicely done.
Very good position for EPN here. Level 3 ready to go. Donut Lord only has a bar. Let's just say two super meters ready to go. And a work position EPN. Check there you go. Medium punch, drive rush, DI to cancel the medium punch early so you have enough time to get the DI out. EPN now in that right side corner. Same with the blaster on swap side.
Got advantage state. Good job with the drive reversal here, though, to push out of the corner. Donut Lord right now is absolutely more than willing to put on the pressure, but enters burnout. Both players in burnout here. That is going to be level 3 on the side of EPN. And the great advantage here is that drive gauge for EPN is recovering the entire time while pause on the side of Donut Lord.
Get to the end here.
Yeah, that means EPN will come out of burnout much sooner in this situation, which could be the deciding factor. Both players playing it slow because of that burnout state. But now we're going to be seeing, I was going to say EPN come out of it. It's a jab. Both players now out of burnout. Meter on deck. Good job slithering under. Gets the catch. Is not going to get a full follow-up, but still has the pressure here. Drive impact completely.
DI didn't get broken because it wasn't a third hit.
Yeah, the third hit is not there. And that is going to be enough for EPN to even it up. We are going to game 5, ladies and gentlemen, here in our winners final.
We're going to swap characters again? If you know you want to. Come on. Borscht Dynamite, my friend. No!
Yeah, swapping it back to the jury. Got 2 wins with the Mai, but now that that loss is there, swap it back, and that is another thing you can do. Okay. Shout out to Matcha Bunny in the crowd. I love my wife. Beautiful.
You know what? We'd love to see a bit of romance here in the Bellingham beatdown for Seaside Clan.
All right. Starting off game number 5 here. Donut Lord is starting very strong. Good amount of life taken off of EPN. It's a good strike here.
And medium punch drive rush. He's not in a burnout, but he can barely comfortable with his burnout in that right side corner. I mean, as long as Jerry's got the momentum on you, a medium punch light string, he knows that he's not in a good position to continue the string, so he cuts it off early with the second he sees the DI.
Yeah, and good awareness there. Throws the fireball and is immediately ready to do the DP to catch the air attack from EPN. Takes the round on the round point here, the match point, in order to head to grand finals. Can EPN equalize in this situation? Good block on the dive kick, no punish, but has the pressure situation now, is stuffed out by those lights.
These players with a good amount of meter. Spins it a little bit, pushing EPN in that right side corner. The jump and the grab counter from the jab. Slither to get out of there, trying to swap that side.
Putting herself in burnout is EPN. That could be a rough situation. You know full well you've got a drive impact and he's ready to go. Donut Lord is going to put full on burnout.
Cash out.
Yeah, burning all of that puts EPN in such a rough situation. If this doesn't kill, you're still 1 hit away from dead.
On the one, catches it on the grab.
Yeah, but even still, you're in such a rough situation. You're in burnout. Chip will kill. 1 hit will kill. That is going to be it. Saving that set is going to be Donut Lord. After going down 1-0 early, takes 2 back, swaps it back to the jury for a solid finish. 3-2. Donut Lord move on to grand finals.
But Donut Lord moving on to grand finals. EPN is not out of the tournament yet. She can still pull back out of that winners finals game, going down to losers finals, and then can bring it back for the grand finals reset. Down, but definitely not out.
Yeah, excellently done to close it out there. The smart decision making there too, especially so the smart decision making, because this entire situation is just so rough for EPN. You are in burnout. One hit kills you, one chip kills you. No meter on the side of Donut Lord is really the only advantage there, but specials can still chip you out as well. So you got to be careful. But one decision is it, and then right here the jump gets completely avoided.
A lot of decision making. You could have gone anywhere in that direction. The wake up level 1 was a great check. You don't have the meter, but at the end of the day, when you're in that situation, you can just get chipped one low fireball, you're done. One check air, you're done. One level 1, you're done. And it's like, all right, where can I go with this? I'm gonna go air to air to get the plus frame back into that midfield, see if I can take my turn back. And Donut Lord just checked with walking forward, getting out of the range of that, and then checking with a jab is all he needed.
Yeah, well done from Donut Lord in grand finals, ladies and gentlemen. We are going into our losers final here. It's the household fight here. It's Matcha Bunny versus Estrogen Patch Notes.
I love my wife.
Just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor here before we go into the match. Of course, we are talking about Sliced Family Eatery just across the way for the Bells Fair Mall, where we're at for the tournament today. Sliced Family Eatery sponsoring the tournament. The winner of the bracket getting a free pizza for today. Thank you very much to them. Remember, folks, you can use their app to get $5 off your first pickup or delivery order with Family Eatery. Now, that being said, we're going to head into losers finals. Estrogen Patch Notes versus Matcha Bunny here.
Who'd have thought? EPM going off of a quick loss, but definitely warmed up. They warmed up from that last round against Donut Lord. Now Matcha Bunny having to come off of a cold thing. Let's see if that makes a big difference.
Yeah, already you're seeing Estrogen Patch Notes just open Matcha Bunny up. You're going to get good pressure here. Nice avoidance of that air pressure. Oh, nice job. Nice job getting the throw, though, keeping the corner pressure. It gets stuff. Nice job with the punish counter, though. We'll get full damage here and the setup in the corner.
Reversal, trying to push Matcha Bunny back in that midfield, trying to get anywhere. There's that air-to-air you saw in that last round. If that air-to-air lands, you are neutral. So you can take a turn back if you got a lot of momentum on you. If that can land, you're in a good position. Doing slide to get out of there. Another check with another entry. Gonna land it.
Yeah, been in burnout this entire time, but manages to go through the whole situation.
With the punish.
Manages to go through the whole situation, keeping herself from getting a lot of damage. Once you get back into that non-burnout state, you're so much more comfy. Easily able to stuff Matcha Bunny there for round number 1.
Great use of the low-medium punch counter hit, pushing EPN in that right side corner. And on the field, there is going to be a big combo with damage for that for not any meter spent.
Ooh, accidental Tatsumaki comes out, and that's going to be a quick punish into the level 3. Spend that meter, get that damage, recover some of that drive gauge.
On the bar, you're going to need it.
Yeah, very good decision to spend that meter there. Puts you full screen, but you just throw a fireball and you got the poison ready to go. Both players trailing there. Oh, now nice spin up there.
Reversal.
Reversal's very smart to keep that pressure immediately back to neutral. Nice teleport, good block though. And now Matcha Bunny in burnout to the grab. Oh wow, I did not know that link. She has never hit that on me in my life.
Oh yeah, 1-to-1. Matcha Bunny says, hey, you didn't know this first. Watch this.
Absolutely beautiful. That being said, we're going to round number 3 here in game number 1. The lives are even right now. Let's see how they continue forward. Nice drive in back for the damage. You'll get the poison and you'll get the pressure.
Good use of parry. Very patient use of parry for the triple jab string. Do you know, I know you're not going to jab check this. You hold the parry, gets about 3 meters back. Now she has all this to work with. Level 1, hand on the field, and full meter to work with. There's the first EAG, pushing Evie and keeping her in the right side corner, and the level 1.
Yeah, and I believe this is going to put in burnout as well, which is a smart decision. Spend that catch, get that burnout, and you have all the pressure in the world to work with. Just need one hit here.
Low jab.
And yeah, that's a rough situation as well. That's a rough situation as well because you got burnout. You have to go for either like a metered reversal. Just eating a block means the special means you're dead because that special will chip you.
That's it. And like, okay, well, it's either A, I die, or B, I try something and I die. Try the DI out of the corner and get caught. Matcha Bunny with a raw air jump. Retaliate.
Nice, perfect parry. Does not
Good combo.
Yeah, not getting the punish is interesting there, but still good perfect parry. Those have definitely been less prevalent ever since the change, where you have to be holding the direction as well. You have to be.
Even though EPN is in burnout, trying to push Mach in the right corner. Mach knows you're in burnout. Says, you know what? I'm not gonna let you run over me with this momentum. I'm gonna check you with jab. I'm gonna see these teleport. Knowledge check. Watch this. EX. Almost going coast to coast with that pressure. Not enough yet, but now you see Mach goes, oh, okay, now you meter. Now we're gonna walk away and see if we can get anything. Counter hit, poison on the field, try to get a reversal, no punish. Wonderful use of that range.
Yeah, that is a risky one, let me tell you, with that trade attempt there. It is so easy for you to throw out that limb and not get anything for it. Ends up working out for her and takes the first round. Very nicely done. Keeping that pressure going into round number 2 here. But EPN not about to give up just yet.
Yeah, level 3 ready for both players. Trying to keep good quick medium punch into a drive, pushing Machapani, pushing EPN in the right side corner. See, EPN knows she's gonna spin that whole entire string, so jumps out of it, gets full grab into the midfield.
Drive impact connects. This will be good damage. Goes straight into the level 3. Actually chooses not to do it there. An interesting choice. I think that makes sense because, yeah, you know, EPN saw the drive gauge, thought I don't necessarily need the super to put her into burnout, and then can enter a potential checkmate situation. Full screen with that level 2. No drive gauge to speak of in burnout. So much chip damage on that.
That would have been dead or not. Machapani trying to go for that level 1. See if the invincibility can favor. It did not. On punish on the mid jab, not going to take it. Counter hit, pushes the EPN in the right side corner. Can on the field, sends the combo early, try to get checking out of it. Blocking the DI. So they're a great. You've seen EPN multiple times canceling slithers into air to air, slithers just to get out of these corners for the spinning the meter, and she's been doing it very well. Now EPN trying to play for this meter, trying to play. What can I get away with keeping her in the right side corner? Level 1 gets checked for it. Punish counter.
Ooh, doesn't get the full conversion though. In burnout, it's a rough situation. Gets thrown in the corner. Now you're in a very rough situation. 2 meters on deck. Yeah, that drive impact. This will be a good amount of damage here. Not going to be enough to kill on the side of Machapani. Knows that. Continues his pressure. You're in a rough spot. Goes to level 3.
Doesn't
jump over. Very nice done, but she drops the combo. Rough situation. The dive kick still connects. The scramble at the end. That'll be Machapani up 2-0, going straight into game number 3. Both players had it there for a second, and it just ends up being a little bit of a spaghetti out of the pocket situation. Machapani comes out on top. Every now and then, even the best of us have that happen.
Checks the DI, check the side with a DI, pushing Machapani in the left side corner. Driver is not going to get a punish off of it, but take their turn back.
Now you're in that spot where you're in the corner. You've got so many things you don't want to get hit by.
Ooh, nice
grab throw there. Drive impact is going to get countered. That is going to be a round secured from EPN. They're not letting those last 2 games get to her, keeping that pressure up and keeping that, well, that poison bubble raining down from the top.
I know that hurts mad as hell. That is not good for your skincare routine. That's not gonna feel good. Don't try that at home, kid. Driver reversal, pushing Machapani in the left side corner. Check for the air medium kick. You check with you.
Punish counter there, jabbing the drive reversal attempt. More age here on the side of Machapani. He's going to go for the dive kick. Good answer there with the drive impact. Going to get full damage into the level 3.
Going to get some of that meter back too. Wonderful position, but going to drain a little bit of meter out of Machapani. Although level 3 is on the field, now critical art.
Yeah, but you are in one-touch death situation. Goes in the that's going to be it. Estrogen patch notes, keeping herself alive, getting herself on the board here. Very nicely done.
Okai's gonna rock it back. No character swap, same map. We rock it immediate.
Yeah, DP right. It stuffs the air slither. You don't see that Tatsu come out very often from Kimberly at all. You saw it a lot in the beta, but ever since they took away the invincibility, you just don't see like the size and combo usages. So when it's actually for an anti-air.
Once they made a DP, not a DP, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna use this anymore.
Right now, EPN willing to play at that mid-range right now. Those long limbs and extensions from Aki, just keeping Kimberly at bay. That being said, right now they're both even the money is going to lead to the death. Round number 1 in game number 4 here to EPN. EPN potentially on the comeback for a reverse 3-0.
Great use of the heavy kick into the punish counter. Checks for Can, doesn't throw it out though. Because they know I'm gonna keep him in the right side corner. Cancels. There's not gonna be a dive kick on that because EPN checking with the DI in that last match. Matcha Bunny making that adaptation. Getting pushed in that right side corner. EPN burning herself out. Let's see where we're gonna go with this. Level 3, nice, clean, and simple. And a good amount of damage. Trying to go maybe for a greed play. Trying to get this around down and out. To get back up on the board 2-2.
Yeah, also gets a lot of that drive gauge back. Good job getting those hits in, but it's gonna get hit by the drive in that time. Whenever you are in those situations where you're throwing those long normals, you have to always watch out for it. And sometimes it's your reaction to drive impact back at the site of the drive impact, but then you're in burnout and you're like, oh no.
Yeah, I'm in burnout. I've thrown out a very long limb, and that's where Matcha Bunny takes it. Now, final game, potentially final game, 1-1. Now, match point and match round for Matcha Bunny. EPN down, but definitely not out. In a bad position, level 1 on the field, but level 30 for Matcha Bunny, pushing EPN in the right side corner. EPN taking her turn back.
Great job.
Combos.
Great job from EPN to get the pressure on right now. The poison is on deck, and there is the stagger effect from the poison detonation. Now you have another combo. All this pressure. You are in burnout, so this is something that can potentially be taken advantage of by Matcha Bunny. Good slide is going to get all this pressure in, and you've got to keep it up right now. Aki in... Admittedly, Aki in burnout is one of those characters that once you're all over her, it can just be absolutely over for her. As you see the level 3 come out, because you can just keep the pressure on, and she doesn't have many options for the wake up that could just stop anything you do. That being said, EPN not afraid to jump out of the corner. Had meter does not go choose his reversal.
Midfield, you're one touch. Meter is on the field, so you can get some parries. Not going to be enough though. EPN taking it 2-2 says I may be down, but I'm not out. I'm going to fight back. Making a great adaptation. Checking, we saw last game, we're checking the DI on the dive kick. And then now we see when somebody going for the dive kick again, EPN doesn't go for the DI because you know it's punishable if you get it called out. We're playing layers on layers. We're on like level 5 at this point.
Yeah,
Raw to get a counter hit too.
These two play each other so often. They live together. They play Street Fighter together. They will see each other's habits, and then they will adapt to those habits. And then next thing you know, oh, I see you're adapting. Well, I already saw that you saw that I was adapting.
If I know what you know, then therefore I know what you know. And if you don't know what I know, I'm going to go this way.
What? Get it?
No, but it's entertaining nonetheless. EPN pushing Matcha Bunny, trying to push in that right side corner. Spin all the meter you got, gonna get checked with a DI. That's the hard play with Aki. You can get great momentum spinning that meter. At the end of the day, one place good DI, one good EX DP, someone with armor, maybe a level 1, is gonna take you down and out.
Yeah, and very smartly there, the moment EPN went into burnout, a drive impact came out on the side of Matcha Bunny, was ready for it, chose to hold onto the meter, risking the round there, and then kept it. So now she has full meter heading into this potential final round for her in losers finals. That being said, EPN not willing to give it up, puts herself in burnout for the damage, has over half of the life bar gone on Matcha Bunny right now. Drive impact comes out just normally blocked. Nice stuff. Ooh, those kicks are gonna connect.
Back for the kick.
Oh no, that is going to, it's good chip damage, but that's going to get full punished here. And now you're going into the final round with no meter.
No sweeper, and EPN with full level 3 ready to go.
There is an advantage having popped the level 3. Kimberly does now have the permanently active buff for the remainder of the game. More damage, more speed. That being said,
it's going to be enough.
Yeah, and there's that
level immediately.
You keep the poison on the target, you put yourself full screen, and now Kimberly has to get in on you. What do you do?
Good damage, 45% on the field, and a reset combo back in the right side corner. Matcha Bunny not a good position, but EPN could go for full cash out here with that meter. Nice spinner for what it is, gonna play back. Grabs the reversal. EX still goes back into midfield.
Yeah, EX back now. Both of them in burnout. Nice job with the Azuna drop, air grab. But now you're in that rough spot where Aki has these infinite strings on you in that burnout situation. You get blocked here. Nice level 1.
Catched it. EN with a 3-0 sweep to reverse it. Now, going out of the final grand.
Yeah, getting that run back with Donut Lord. EPN will get super close match between the two of them. But right here at the end, I want to just throw out how smart of a decision that level 1 was. As the two of them, they're talking, they're shaking hands.
I love my wife. There. Aww.
Love wins, folks.
Love always wins at the end of the day.
All right, but I want to go back into the final parts of this and how smart of a decision this is, because there is a gap between those two hits into the dash with Kimberly. It is a checkmate situation. You see those normal, you know that she always goes for the dash after those normal. Full one. If she blocks, chips you out. If she goes for a kick,
it's gonna land no matter what. Due to the duration of it.
Due to the duration of it.
That was the best situation that EPN could have put her there in a defensive situation, and 2 makes the perfect call out.
Yeah, just
and
so
that time was beautiful.
Yeah, just so smart there from EPN going for that level 1. Just seals the deal of the match. Excellent awareness, as we will now set up for the grand finals here, but we can see the tournament bracket here. We have the Donut Lord in the winner's side winning over Scoot, myself, Lord Fluffy, Extra Patch Notes, as you saw, to get to grand finals. EPN, on the other hand, winning over Raiden, winning over Matcha Bunny hilariously in winter semis, losing to Donut Lord, getting the run back with Matcha Bunny in Lugan's finals. Just to head on over once again for the rematch.
Going for that revenge match.
Lord.
Question is, Donut Lord off the cold hand, and now EPN off of 3 matches. Hot back to back to back. Now running it back against Donut Lord. Is that going to make a big difference? Also, the adaptation from going from Mai to Jury. Now EPN has gone against that character twice now. For back to back, is that revenge match going to be much different as we saw last time?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, before we get on into that, I'm going to take a quick moment to thank the sponsor for today's tournament. We have Sliced Family Eatery. You can savor the best Italian food and handcrafted pizza in town.
I'm getting hungry.
Bellingham.
I might go get some slice.
Yeah. Did you know you can get $5 off your first pickup or delivery by using their app? Yeah, just scan the QR code, order online or by phone, pick up between your sets. I'm gonna do that. Ladies and gentlemen, we're now getting ready for our grand finals here of the Street Fighter 6 side of today's Seaside Slam tournament. Donut Lord on the winner side versus Estrogen Patch Notes on the loser side.
Gonna see a nice revenge match from EPN. Donut Lord, old hands coming off this, but EPN coming up with a 3 win back to back to back, and warm hands coming into this match. But the other thing gonna make a difference.
Yeah. EPN 3 matches. Those warm hands has always got to have something to say, because you don't necessarily always give time for your opponent, especially if your opponent is the TO, to warm those hands back up. You never know.
Ready to go.
Alrighty.
They're running straight to the Jury.
Yeah. Starting with the Jury. Jury is what started and finished the last set between the two. Makes sense to start it once again. But again, with the way Donut Lord is, more than willing to throw out the Mai after a loss, more than willing to throw out the Zangief after a loss, just to throw in a curveball there. So makes sense to start off with the comfortable one and then go from there based on the win or loss. Alrighty. Both players ready to go here as we get ourselves started for grand finals. Donut Lord winner side, Estrogen Patch Notes on the loser side. Let's get this rocking.
The grand final of Seaside Slam number 5. I thank everyone for coming out to this live crowd in front of us, and everyone who's watching online. Thank you for joining us as we go into King Street into our grand finals.
Nowhere to run. Time to erase you.
Alrighty. We're here in good old London as we get ourselves started. Between the two, we saw a very close set between the two before. Went to game number 5, final round. We'll see what happens this time around in grand finals.
Nice counter hit, low, medium kick, drive rush. With a nice open on the field. Donut Lord tries to go for the overhead, gets counter hit. Jab in the grab. The tried and true method of Street Fighter 6. EXDP. And a nice another low medium punch counter hit into level 1.
Lord putting himself in burnout with the life lead that he has. This is a fairly reasonable thing to do. Just stuffs it with the grab that time. Nice kick though, and now you got to deal with that infinite pressure from Aki. This time, it looks like instead of going for those jabs and for those infinite strings, just going for the damage. Now we're going for those strings. Get the hit there, and now you're in a rough spot. Yeah. Yep. It's properly blocked. Not going to be a chip. Good punish counter. Great comeback on the round there from EPN. The decision to put himself in burnout ends up being a detriment for Donut Lord that time.
Oh, the dash medium kick. He's still almost getting caught by the DI, but Retiles is one of his own. Getting saved by the frame. Level 3 on the field for Etchin Patch Node. In the midfield, fine. Down and out. Donut Lord with that level 1 armor. That's really that we've seen him use multiple times very well. Oh, great jump in. Trying to keep EPN in that left side corner. EPN trying to retaliate. Now in burnout.
Nice awareness. Yeah, good awareness of the situation. Wasn't burnout, knowing the drive impact was potentially there. Donut Lord just sending it. Gets jumped over easily for the level 3 in reversal. We'll see what the follow-up is. Almost out of burnout. And now you're out of burnout with such a good life lead. Yep, just like that. EPN taking game number 1 very solidly. And Donut Lord, knowing full well he's got 2 sets to work with, just goes right back into the jury.
Giving it a nice and clean low medium kick for the punish counter. Now Donut Lord with a very low amount of meter. Trying to check with a throw. Gotta jump in. Couldn't check the DI with the low medium kick framed. Another drag reversal trying to push Donut Lord in that left side field. There's a nice cash out again with a low medium kick. Thrive rush, get the token on the field for the opener overhead. Ethan playing very patiently. Near the air to air. Spraying poison on the field now.
Wow, this time choosing to go for the level 1 immediately, but EPN just reacting with block, not letting any of that bother her. There it is though, the pressure, gets the poison setup in the corner. You can follow this up for so much damage with that poison setup right out of the gate. We're going to be seeing a level 1 here to finish this off. Very smartly done. Nice.
Beautiful even. Her magnum opus, if you will.
Indeed.
He's been playing a great use of the rush down Aki gameplay. Looking out for cold hands. I think she's taking full advantage of that with that counter hit string. Holding on the field. Donut Lord telling with the DPEX.
Yeah, one thing about this match that I'm seeing is Donut Lord is just spending drive gauge immediately in a lot of situations. And that is the downfall in a lot of these rounds here right out of the gate. It looks as if the adaptation from EPN has come out, knowing the amount of drive gauge that Donut Lord has been using, and now is taking advantage of that by playing a bit more patient. And nice job with that combo to get the level 2. So much damage there. Rough spot, 1 hit.
DI, yep.
That's all you need. That is EPN very quickly now up
dominating this set so far.
Yeah, up 2-0 in the set. 1 game away from a grand finals reset.
Beef, you know you want to. He's right there. He's right there. Morse Dynamite, my friend.
You've got a whole other set to do it, man. You can do it. Come on. Let's see it.
You already have. Yeah. Go down and then right. Look at that stand. Look at that thought stand right there. Don't look at me like that. You know what I want to see.
We're seeing the deep.
Yes. Give me Megatron, baby. Run it up. 1%. Oh my God. I'm sorry.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Zangief is coming out for game number 3 here of Grand Finals. Again, if EPN wins here, EPN is in losers, so it will lead to a Grand Finals reset because you must be eliminated twice in order to be knocked out of the tournament. And we've seen the Zangief come out from Donut Lord. We've mentioned it before that although Jerry and Mai are the 2 main characters, is more than willing to throw out that Geef when he feels appropriate. And right now, it might be appropriate because although it's not looking great so far, EPN is in burnout. And Zangief can there's a run block on light area out.
In the mid. Also, I just want to point this out. What? Like that's super kick with crush her score. She's like what, 160 pounds, and Geef is like a lot of pounds.
Geef is like 350 of raw muscle.
It's armor on. This feels very like. I mean, is it just me? Yeah, she has poison. Never mind. She has poison powers. Never mind. It seems fair.
Nice parry, but immediately the follow-up with that medium kick just stuffs it. EPN, a very solid comeback on that. Sorry, very solid performance on that first round. 1 round away here from resetting the bracket, but the drive reversal into the lariat, stuffing, pushing EPN towards that corner. Nice job with the double knee. He's going to get the catch. Run up.
Yeah, into the light grab. Good slam. Body slam into headbutt is damn near guaranteed. Gonna get a nice. Oh, this one level 3. It's just for my loyal fan. I think it is. Dear Lord.
Going for that spinning pile.
That would kill her. That would blow. It destroyed the ground. She would die.
Would not have a neck. You would be dead.
You wouldn't have anything. You would just become myth from like the shoulders up. You're just gone.
You wouldn't have the KI anymore. You would just be.
Yeah, you just, and if you survive, you get so no. Please. Probably can't save you here when it. Oh, I'll try to go for the low medium punch into medium punch. Not gonna get it for the lariat afterwards.
Yeah, both players now in burnout, but that does mean more advantageous situation for Aki just because of those very, very dominant strings. But that being said, the spinning pile driver keeps getting the catch, and this could be the round over. Yeah, there it is.
Lariat.
Excellent use of the lariat. Donut Lord will stay alive in the first set of grand finals with the Geef right out of the gate.
Geef is always the option, ladies and gentlemen. He always is. Now I'm using the range where the Geef has like back heavy punch for that armor. Trying to use the EX lariat into air grab. Great use of the light.
Yeah,
pile driver. Outward. Use the parry. Let's go parry a little bit too early. Gonna eat a counter hit for it. Oh, that up in there, trying to see where the stance would go. Gets caught with a use of low medium punch, drive rush into the easy pile driver.
Rough situation, burnout in the corner. You got to be aware for drive impact, but you also got to be aware for the multitude of things that Geef can do to kill you at this life bar. Good parry, the drive in back. His drive is now back. Good punish counter on the throw. EPN will go up in the round, can potentially reset the bracket right here.
Yep, fireball pushing again. Let's go to Harry a little bit too early. EPN gonna pull level 3. No, she is not. Go for the overhead reset. Don't work. The beautiful, beautiful Asian again. Trying to learn from that last set. And swapping to a new character, again, it's nothing like in gameplay. You have to be a big mind swap here to land it.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, good block on the drive. Reversal attempt is getting in with those aerials, not really being stuck. I know Aki has options to deal with that, but they're just not coming out right now. And now you're in the corner in burnout once again.
Good check with the impact.
There. Basically nothing you can do besides super evening up the round. One forward. Oh, by the drive impact.
Whoa, a little confusion right there. Trying to see DI. Oh, level 3. Oh my god, it's for his loyal fan. You had a broken. Aki just came out of surgery. It's happening again. I'm sorry. Go back to the hospital. And half your health gone.
Yeah, level 3 gone, but a lot of life worth it. Oh, the lariat actually doesn't connect this time due to the miss on the backside. And now the level 3 answer back from EPN right now. The poison is on deck. The burnout is on EPN though. So we'll see if that comes into play here, putting herself back at full screen.
Oh my god, the raw check with the jumping, dropping leg kick. What's the word? Drop kick. That's the word I'm looking for. Do it again. You know you want to. Ooh, EX Larry in the corner. Going for full combo. Slithers. Try to hurt for the down forward medium punch. Not going to land it. Stone Lord in a could be in a really good position. Both players does not have level 1 super armor here. Holds it back for the DI. Could have checked there. Plays that great parry patiently. I love it.
Yeah, very nice.
That hurt my hand. Oh, Lord.
Ow. Don't hurt yourself,
Oh.
Yeah. Right now, though, that is 2-2. Donut Lord on a tournament point here, whereas EPN is on a reset point. You don't want to get reverse 3-0'd in this situation. So now, there we go. Nicely done. So all I've been seeing is the patience from Donut Lord. Anytime that EPN has reached the air, there has been a lariat in response, and it has worked 90% of the time. So now we're potentially going adaptation. They're right there, the lariat in response. He's bringing up on the slither. Check big shots across the face. That's going to leave a mark. Ooh, that's going to get a counter hit. Nice done.
Right?
Driver one point away from the tournament. is Donut Lord.
I told you Geef was champion. When in doubt, Geef it out.
Yeah, once again, the moment that she goes into the air, the lariat comes out. Oh, the whip there, and now the big running command grab. So much damage immediately gets stuffed. More damage in the corner. Drive reversal works this time. He's got so much of that Geef life.
Double three.
That's fair kill.
Good boy. Good boy right there. Look at it. First little fans too. Oh my lord.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Donut Lord
that'll be it.
3-0 reverse against EPN with nothing but the Geef. With nothing but the raw power of your muscle and dedication, you can do anything.
Yeah, very nicely done. Going down 2-0 in the set, swapping to the Geef, and just ready for this pressure to throw out that level 3. Perfect life for it. Absolutely no chance Aki lives through this. That is the tournament. And ladies and gentlemen, your winner of today's Seaside Slam Free Fighter 6 tournament is going to be Donut Lord. Very nicely done. And here, ladies and gentlemen, you sure can see it. The winner, it's Donut Lord. Get that jury off of there. This is the Geef victory. No, we all know it's victory. There we go.
Look at his muscles. Look at the beard. I know he spent hours trimming that thing, making it look good for his loyal fans.
Oh, you're so right on that, Chief. Absolutely correct on that one, Chief.
Dear Lord. A 3-0 reverse sweep against EPN. EPN just couldn't handle that reverse gameplay from the rush down into a grappler. Dear Lord, that's what we'd like to see.
Yeah. There we go, ladies and gentlemen.
EPN was also playing Geef. I don't remember that part. Everyone's Geef.
Geef is... If you're playing Aki, no, you're playing Geef.
You played... No more Geef.
Yeah.
Dear Lord. Of a wonderful grand finals to watch at the Seaside Slam number 5. But what's even more wonderful?
What's that?
Getting a nice, fresh, hot pizza from our sponsor of this stream, Slice. I know Geef would eat Slice. He'd be there every week if he could. Gotta watch some calories though. He's gotta make sure he's looking good for it.
Yeah. Sorry, we'll get to that bit in just a second. But once again, a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, of your top 4 for today in the Street Fighter bracket. Of course, she earned it, taking the 4th place. Very good performance from her today. Matcha Bunny in the 3rd place, had a close set with EPN. EPN, of course, managing to get all the way to winners, dropping the losers. Almost had the reset, but Donut Lord with the Geef, making it work. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you again to today's sponsor, Sliced Family Eatery, to savor the best Italian food and handcrafted pizza in the town of Bellingham, Washington.
Good Lord. A wonderful grand final. A wonderful domination from our boy, the Geef.
Yeah.
The one and only.
Congratulations again to Donut Lord, getting a free pizza as a result of the victory in the Street Fighter bracket today. And you too can get a pizza from Slice Family Eatery. Order online or by phone. Pick up between your sets.